just fell off the table because you know what? This is my kitchen table, and you're not supposed to put your elbows on the table. And my table was just like, I don't think so. Get your elbow off me. I want to welcome you back to the show, and I want to say this is very exciting. For the first time ever, we have a sponsor on the show. Today, this just out will be brought to you by After Ellen Pantyhose. Pantyhose with shelves. Also new on the market, After Ellen pantry liners for your light days when your cupboard is bare. Are we allowed to use the word cupboard anymore? Does anybody even use that word? I feel like it's not PC. I don't think they like being called cupboards. I think we're supposed to call them cabinets. I think that's more PC. And I think if that's the label they want, that's the label they get. We're going to be talking about labels a lot on this show, but for right now, I want to thank Erin Daniels for being my superb guest last week, and I want to thank her, that's fine, half-hearted, and I want to thank her for actually giving me a lock of her hair. I put it in the freezer, in a jar, next to another lock of hair that I was pretending was Erin Daniels. Which actually belonged to Jeff Daniels, another fine actor who I am not sexually attracted to. So I am happy to let that lock go, or unlock it. In other news, you guys, there's no news. I don't talk about news on the show, but I wanted to talk about the phrase you guys, okay? You guys? Because I don't feel like it's fair, because girls aren't guys, and yet you guys is this ubiquitous thing that everybody always says, you guys, but you're girls, mostly, I think, watching the show. Because here's the thing, we have gals, which is not as good as guys at all, and there's also biatch, which I think should never be used ever again. So I think we need to come up with a new label, like, instead of guys, I'm gonna throw this out there. If you like it, let me know. If you don't bother. Hey, lades. It's like ladies, but it's shorter. It's lades. Hey, lades. Hey, you lades. You don't like it? You don't like it? You think it's dumb? Me too, you know why? Labels are dumb. Labels are dumb, that's my whole point. See how I spun it back around and I went like that right at you in your face hole? Labels are dumb. They don't really help us figure out who we are. They help other people figure out who you are by compartmentalizing you with a bunch of other people that you may or may not be anything like. I feel weird right now, and I've felt weird this whole time, and I didn't know why. And now I do. I'm a little out of sorts, aren't I? This is like a little bit like, kind of like I belong on my own safari show, where I show you animals who have sex with other animals of the same sex. One second. Let me just, if I think hard enough, I can do this. Hey, that's better. I forgot my BB, my double B, my blue blaze. Oh, we're back. Now I can do the show, and now I can tell you who's on the show today because I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I'm so glad she's here. She is one of my favorite comedians. You know her as the little street girl on the big gay sketch show. My friend Nicole Payon is here! God, she's funny. Have you seen her on that show? If you haven't seen her, if you don't know her, when you see her on this show, you are honestly going to want to insert her directly into your V-hole. She's funny and she's hot. She's hot funny. She's hot funny. You get it, and she's coming here later. And she also just wrote a very interesting article about labels. Here's the thing about labels, and why I kind of have an issue with them, because I don't feel like I fit into any real label. I mean, yes, okay, I'm a lesbian, you got me. But here's the thing, I am not really butch. And I am not really femme. I'm not really a lipstick lesbian. If there was such a thing as a mascara and blush lesbian, I'd be in business. If there was like a sometimes she uses powder on a hot day being, that would be me. But there isn't. So for right now, I just kind of call myself a lesbian. You know, that's my own thing, and that's just me, you know. And I was at Dinah Shore just a few weeks back, and a lovely time was had. But I have to say, it was every lesbian in the gay rainbow, every kind of lesbian, and you know, some of them fit into labels, some of them didn't. I mean, I saw some, you know, some butches, and I saw some femmes, I saw some high femmes, you know, I saw some very high femmes. I could tell they were very high because they were devouring a plate of chicken fingers. You know what? I don't want to label what kind of chicken they were eating. Let's just say they were eating poultry parts. I don't want to compartmentalize that chicken. And it was free range, so that's good. The whole reason I'm bringing up labels is because Ramy, oh my God, Ramy! Here's the thing, why I have you on the show, not just because you're my cool friend, you're attractive and I like looking at you. Is that awkward? Did I make it awkward? Yes. Also because you read the news.
I do, in fact, read the news.
Which I do not. And you were telling me about an article you read about the Isle of Lesbos and about labels and about how they want their name back.
Well, there are 3 islanders on the island of Lesbos that would like their name back. They
like
want
the name lesbian.
The name lesbian was originally referred to for people who were from Lesbos were lesbians.
Yeah, and they could be
men, women.
Right, okay. And so now they want the entire population of lesbians to give them their name back.
That name back. They want it back.
They want it back.
They want it back.
And, you know, I mean, I'm fine with that because I'm, you know, I'm a lesbian, so I mean, like, I guess, actually, you know what would be awesome? What if my whole family was from Lisbon? Then we'd all be lesbians.
Wouldn't that make you Portuguese?
Exactly. Maybe lesbians should just change their name to Portuguese. You guys go to that Portuguese club later? Definitely. I hear there's some hot Portuguese bots over there. In that Portuguese club.
Portuguese.
Yes, and there would be the P word instead of the L word. Everything would be different. Our whole point is this. They want their name back, let's give it back. Let's give them lesbians back. Ramy and I have spent the last few days coming up with alternative names for lesbian that maybe you'll like, maybe they'll grow into a whole big thing and we won't even be lesbians anymore, we'll be these other things that we've come up with. And I'm not kidding, Ramy and I came up with these names with our mothers on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day. And this is true. My mother, me on instant message with my mother coming up with new names for lesbians. Same thing with Ramy and her mom. And they came up with brilliant names for lesbians. Our mothers are brilliant. What's your mom's name?
Mona.
Mona. My mom's name is Mom. And they came up with these brilliant names, and we want to share them with you. And if you like them, let us know. If you like one specifically, make a comment, tell us what you like, and who knows, maybe we'll start a revolution. And by the way, Ramy, your mother is adorable.
She really likes you.
I really like her.
She's a very big fan of yours.
That's very sweet. I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah. She wants to you, but...
I'm sorry? What?
I mean, it may have come up in conversation.
Oh, okay. I am going to have to get to know you better first, Mona. I mean, what do you think this is? Is it just because I've got a little purple juice in here, I'm going to get all loose and goose you, Mona? Though I have to say, what if I married your mom and I became your stepdad?
And also, you could like take me to a carnival and buy me cotton candy.
No, but I would touch you funny. If there are any stepdads in the audience watching, I would be surprised.